G'day everyone, it's Warren from NQ Explorers with another outdoor gear review video. The equipment you're about to see me test and review in the bush today has been sent to me free of charge for this review video. If you have a look at our playlist on our channel, we now have a gear review playlist where you can look at all the gear reviews we do on the channel. We are primarily a metal detecting, rally hunting and adventure channel, but we also do reviews on outdoor equipment that we actually use in the bush on our adventures. Thanks for watching. So today we're having a look at the Bluetti AC70 power bank and the PV200 solar panels. So what is the Bluetti AC70? It's a power bank, 64 amp hour. It's got a pure sine wave inverter. You've got two 240 outlets for your laptops or your charging requirements. You've got DC, USB-A and USB-C, and you've got your normal cigarette lighter type output for your fridge system and an input for your solar panels. Now, I don't bench test this stuff at home, I bring it out here. I've been here in the Outback, Western New South Wales for the last week, running this Bluetti continuously. It's running our fridge, it's charging all our metal detectors, so we have very high power needs. It's charging our two-way radios. I've got 4 two-way radios, there's a party of 5 out here. It has performed flawlessly. I have reviewed Bluetti products in the past. If I'll put the link to the top of the video now, the baby Bluetti I did about 12 months ago, that is in continuous use on our day trips. This bigger unit with the PV200 solar system is more suited to your obviously long-term travel, or more than a week or so out in the bush. You can run it almost indefinitely on that solar. And at night I have got the convenience of AC charging, but I'm not doing that. I'm just using the solar to keep it running all the time. So it's been 32 degrees just about every day for the last week. It's been quite warm. We're not treating this with kid gloves. We've got it out in the sun. It's running all day in the hot sun, running a fridge in the hot sun, and it's performed flawlessly. We've got cold drinks and we've got cold sandwiches for lunch. So let's now have a look at the controls and the AC70. Okay, so here it is, the Bluetti AC70. As I said earlier, high quality build. Bluetti do make quality products. Very reliable in harsh conditions. It's not just the heat out here, we've got a lot of dust and that kind of thing, so it's taken a beating really, to be honest, in the last week. No issues at all. So what you've got is a nice big clear screen with your output and input in watts, and you've got your battery charge level in a percentage up to 100. On the right here we've got two Australian standard 240 volt outlets to the pure sine wave inverter. As you can see, I've got the GME radios plugged into that now, so they're running off the 240 inverter. I've got the AC activated, that's that button, and the DC on this side for the fridge. Now under there we've got USB-C and 2 USB-A's and another USB-C on the other side. That's all your DC side. This is your AC side. Obviously it's circled as such with the on and off button. Up here we've got your input for your solar panels. That little yellow input. We'll plug the panels in a minute and we'll have a look how much power we can pump into this thing at the moment. And here you've got your standard cigarette lighter DC 12 volt 10 amp outlet for your fridge. Now that fridge is a 40 litre brass monkey. We're not using it as a freezer, just a fridge for out here on our day trips, and it is performing with no trouble at all. The compressor's running a lot, so it is pulling a lot of power out of the Bluetti because it is so hot out here. But as I said, we've had no issues. Actually, I used it one day without any solar panels and it only drew about 40% off the battery. Righto, so what I'll do now is set up the PV200 folding solar panel system, and we'll pump a bit of sun into this battery, and I'll keep it topped up all day just on solar. So you could even run the fridge on freezer, which will be a higher demand on the compressor, and you'll have no trouble with your power source all day because you're getting free power from the sun. So let's set up the PV200 right now. Okay, so you've got this little pouch on the front. That's got the cables. It's the outlet cable from the panels to the unit. Good carry handle on the top. Got these little straps here. I've just undone one. Pull those off and unpack the panel. It just folds out quite simply. Now it's got 3 of these little Velcro attached legs with the elastic straps, and you can adjust the angle of the legs for the angle of the sun to suit your position. So we'll just open him up. Like I said, Bluetti make quality gear. I've been using it for over 12 months. It's just what I expect from Bluetti. Now the only thing I've noticed with out here, because we've got a bit of high wind at the moment, the panels do flip over in the wind. So you might need to secure them in some way or peg them out, or in high wind conditions you're going to have to think about how you set them up. But anyway, we'll set them up, we'll plug them into the unit and see what sort of power we're getting pumping in there today. We've got pretty much full sun. We've got some high cirrus, but virtually no cloud cover, so we should have a good day today to pick up a bit of solar. Now I've got it secured with the legs. I'm pretty much facing the sun, but as I said, I've got this wind, so on the backs of the legs, you could probably put some sort of securing system to stop it moving, because it will flip in the wind. You don't want to damage your panels. And it's basically got a 45-degree setting with the legs fully extended. Okay, so here's the leg system on the panels. There's your pouch on the back for the input cables. That's it set up with these little elastic straps which can be adjusted. I can actually pull it up to a sharper angle if I pull it down to that second stud. I'm just going to have to determine a way to secure them in this wind. But we'll see how we go. Now let's plug them in. We'll get the cables out, plug it into the AC70, and we'll get some free power. Now we've got our little instruction book in there, but we don't need that at the moment. We'll just set up with the... So you got a fair good length of cable here, so you can set up a fair distance from your AC70, which is handy because you don't want to be tripping over cables. You need to get access to your vehicle and your fridge. You don't want cables in the way, so you can set it up quite a distance from the vehicle. Okay, here's the situation. PV200 are pumping away there. We're cabled up, and here's the unit and the current power situation. I know that screen's going to be difficult to see because there's so much glare out here in this Outback sun. So the unit's at 90%. We're getting 170 watts into the unit from the panels, and on the AC side we're drawing 15 watts into the little GME 2-watt handhelds. The fridge compressor has cycled off, so we're not drawing anything on DC at the moment, but when we see that come in, it'll probably be about 50 watts the fridge will be pulling. So we're getting way over the draw with the input from the PV200s. That's just awesome. Okay, now the fridge is kicked in, it's drawing 50 watts. We're inputting 171 from the panels, and we've still got 15 going out on the AC side to the little GME 2-watt radios. Now the unit's got a bit of weight to it. It's a 64 amp hour battery, so it's got a very substantial carry handle on the back, but you definitely need to strap it down in your vehicle because that's quite a bit of weight to be rolling around unsecured. But yeah, today just about ideal with the solar. We're up to 170 watts input. We're actually now charging the battery over the draw, which is perfect, what you want in this situation. So if you have a look where we are, Outback desert situation, you need your cold drinks and you need your sandwiches. And of course, if you've got any medical requirements or any medicine, that kind of thing that you need to keep refrigerated, well, here's the perfect situation. This thing's going to keep your fridge running for days with this setup. So let's have a bit of a wrap up and an evaluation of what we think of the Bluetti AC70 portable power bank. Well, that's the Bluetti AC70 64 amp hour power bank and the PV200 solar panels set up behind me. I have nothing negative to say about this unit at all. As I said earlier, this was sent to me by Bluetti. It didn't cost me anything. It is absolutely awesome. High quality build, flawless operation, simplicity in itself. The high quality switches, they're going to last for years. Really nice screen with all your information in and outputs. I can't think of any downsides to the unit whatsoever. Tie down rings would be nice, and none of these portable power bank manufacturers seem to put the Anderson plugs. I'd really like to see Anderson plugs on these because Australians, as you know, we use 12-volt systems with Anderson plugs on everything. So okay, they come with these solar panel input cables and all that sort of thing, but it'd be nice to see an Anderson input-output plug on it somewhere. I'm sure that'd be doable. Otherwise you can MacGyver up your cables, I suppose, and change them to Anderson plugs. No need to butcher it though, it works fine. The only downside I've had is an issue with the panel flipping over in the wind. Well, that's not a fault of the panels. You might need to get a log or a bit of timber behind them to stop them flipping, to hold them in place, because that's a substantial area and it catches a bit of wind like a sail. And on a windy day, not so much an issue if you're in a sheltered bush location, but here, out in this open desert country, there's really no way out of the wind. So I'm just going to make sure they're secured. I don't want to flip them over and get it damaged. I think they're pretty durable, so that's not likely to happen. But that's really the only downside to the whole system. It's just great. It's very easy to use. You've got the Bluetti app you can use. I have got the Bluetti app on my phone, but out here I don't use Bluetooth and I'm not using an app in this situation. I'd rather just turn it on and use it. But the app gives you all the controls, and it gives you input and output power, and you can actually control the unit from the app. But out here, phone screens aren't real good in the sun. I tend not to use apps in this situation. It's not really relevant. I'd just rather switch the unit on, use it, and let it do its business. So I'm very happy with that unit. The Bluetti AC70, that's going to meet all your power requirements for a lengthy period of time in the bush. Thanks for watching.